Hi, everyone. My name is Cameron Maynard, and this is my Week 5 video podcast reaction. I really enjoyed listening to the podcast episode featuring New Mexico State TV voice and director of broadcasting Adam Young. I gained a lot of helpful insight and tips that I can use for my journalism career by listening to him speak. Although he's a television guy and I'm a print reporter for newspapers, every method he uses in going about his job are methods I can use when going about my job as well. It's a dream of mine to be a beat reporter for a major college or professional sports team one day. And, listening to his story about how he got to his current position will really help me work that much harder than I already do, to get the job I want in the future. Um, One helpful thing I took away from this episode was when he said that the game is the easy part, but the hard part is preparing for the game and any situation that might arise during it, as well as preparation for a career in sportscasting in general. Now, I saw a lot of truth in that. It's easy to watch the game and it's easy to take notes about the game and do interviews with coaches and athletes after ball games and things like that. But you could learn how to do all that pretty quick. But what are you doing to get ready for said game? Are you doing research on coaches and athletes? Are you studying about the teams you'll be covering and learning about them? Those types of things can be the difference between whether a reporter is great or just good. Preparation in journalism is key, and I can use this as more reason to prepare harder than anyone to be the best journalist I can be. And also, Young pointed out that when you exit college, you are competing with people across the country, and people that are older. And I found this to be helpful as well because, now I realize that it's been 6 years since I got my bachelor's degree in journalism from Northern Kentucky University, and I've built up a little bit of tenure as a journalist. And I'm not in the stage now where I'm just getting my feet wet in the business anymore. Now I'm in the stage where I'm showing my writing skills to everyone, and I have to prove that my work is better than the work of other journalists. And, even a potential employer that might want to offer me my dream job one day might do that. So I have to be at the top of my game at all times as a media member. And, Young talking about that just reinforced that notion, in my opinion. I also enjoyed listening to gearing up for the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games, March 2022, and I thought it was a thought provoking and insightful episode. Although it was another episode that featured someone who doesn't seem to work in print newspapers like I do, which is David Tippett. He talked about adapting, and I thought that was helpful because there are surely going to be times in my career where I'm going to have to adapt and let the way I do things evolve. As the years pass on and journalism keeps changing, I'm going to need to be ready to adapt to any situation that might arise. And Tippett also talked about focusing on storytelling and making great coverage, which I thought was helpful as well. As a sports writer for different newspapers or for print newspapers, I mean, even though I'm not on camera, I think the ability to tell a story, such as in feature stories and coach or player profile stories outside of game coverage, is crucial to success or failure. And you always need to strive to make sure you are giving great coverage by writing quality stories that people will keep coming back to read.